Hey guys, welcome to my smoky Wingliner 90s inspired makeup look. We're going to start off with color correcting my face with this green color here and going over my major blemishes just to help counteract their problem. I'm throwing on the product first with the brush. I usually just use my finger, and I actually prefer the technique of using the finger to blend out this product into the skin. It actually looks a lot better than using a brush, and it's a lot easier and blends out a lot quicker as well. Anyway, that product is actually the Napoleon Perdis Pro Correcting and Conceal Wheel, I think it was called. We're going to be using the yellow shade underneath my eye bags there because it just cancels them out and makes them look a lot more glowy and fresh. We're going to throw a little bit on the eyelids there as well. This is the Estee Lauder it's like a sunscreen. It's an SPF 50 and it also has a little bit of a tint to it, so it also helps to color correct the skin as well. I don't actually recommend using this product, but I was going outside and it's SPF 50, so that's grand. The reason I don't recommend grabbing this product is because I don't actually think you can get it anymore, and it was really expensive for what it is. We are using the e.l.f. Color and Correct palette here, and we're going over the green to help cancel those out. And then we're going to go over with a little bit of foundation. This is my W7 foundation, and yes, it is way too light for my face, but I was going to make up for that in bronzer. At the moment I am really tan, and I'm not usually ever this tan. You can see how I'm applying the foundation over the really the parts with the really big breakout. I'm kind of pressing it into the skin, where the rest I'm buffing it over, and we're going to go over with that concealer as well. So again, this is the Conceal and Correct palette by e.l.f. in light, and we're going to go over the biggest blemishes. Now we're going to go over with the Matte Maker powder by Maybelline. This is in the lightest shade they have, and I'm going to set everything in. I do really like the finish of this powder. I think it makes everything look a lot more natural as well. And we are kind of doing a pressing motion and pressing it into the skin because I don't want to wipe it too much. I want to wipe the product off. Now we're going to go in with the e.l.f. Bronzer and Blusher Duo, and I'm using the bronzer to contour my face. Again, this is where I'm making up for the paleness of the foundation, and I promise it wasn't this dark in real life, but I wanted an intense contour. I know it wasn't very 90s to have such a crazy contour, but I felt like my face really needed it today. And we're using the blusher, and we're just going to go over the top of the bronzer and just make those cheeks look nice and flushed, and we're blending it into the contour so everything looks a little bit more seamless. Going back with a bit of powder, we are just going to clean up the line there so it looks like a really sharp contour, and now we're going to go into brows. So this is the Oh Hi Brow palette from Australis. You get a light shade, a dark shade, a highlight shade, and a wax. We're going to go in with the wax first and just an angled liner, and we're going to start filling in those brows. So I am going to be doing the tail of the brow and the underneath of the brow first. The reason I'm doing the tail is because my brow hairs are really sparse on the tail of my brow, so I was just trying to map out my brow shape that I wanted before I started filling it in too much. The beauty with using a wax product like this is if you feel like you have too much product on, you can always use a spoolie and blend it out, and it kind of disappears a little bit there. So yeah, again, just drawing on the eyebrows like always, and just making sure we get the arch how we want it. Now we're going to go on with the Lime Crime Eyeshadow Helper Primer. One little drop does both eyes, so you don't need a lot for this. Even that was probably a bit much. Now we're going to go in with the LA Girl Nudes palette, and we're using my favorite color from this palette, and it is this rosy color, the fourth one in. It's a matte shade, and it is really beautiful. What we're going to do here is we are going to start mapping out the line shape. And the reason we're doing that is to make it a little bit easier when blended out. So anywhere we're going to put darkness, we are going to throw this on. And we are using a dense eyeshadow brush here, so it kind of helps really place the color on, and it helps it build up really quickly as well. I really love this eyeshadow. I kind of wish I just left it like that and did like a rose wing liner. We're blending this into the crease now, and just pushing the color in. Makes a really nice crease color too. And just sweeping across to blend it out as well, and going underneath the eye and just tying everything together. So it looks a little bit silly now, but we are going to build up the different colors over the top, and we're going to build up that rose color as well. And I love how this color looks. So we're going to go over this color. So this is the part of the tutorial where you can probably completely skip this, because I'm just put it in there because this is the process that I did. I didn't like it, and I do have to go over after with a black. So this color, because it's a shimmer, for some reason isn't packing on to the matte shade very nicely. It's just not as pigmented. So we're going to go on with the Sleek makeup palette in Vintage Romance and just use the matte black. And using that to line out the wing liner again. I'm not very good at wing liner, but I find when I'm using powders and pencils, it actually is a lot easier for me than using a liquid or a gel or anything like that. But I don't know if that's just because it's my own eye shape and it's not as scary, but I do get a better shape when I'm kind of blending it on like this. So the shape we're going for here is a really almondy alien kind of shaped eye. So I'm really trying to accentuate width of the eye, and we're going to use this brush here just to buff everything out and blend it all out. And make a big mess. Which I think I have been doing every time I'm trying to make a video recently. Now we're going to go in with this, what would you call this color? It's like a mauvey brown. And we're going to go over the top of the black. And we are going to just really make the line out of the shade. And we're going to put this into the crease as well. And then we're going to start to blend that shape into that alien almond shape that I was speaking of. And we're going to blend it all together as well. Now, for this look, I personally think it would have looked a lot better if I had used a shimmer color, just where the light shades are. If I had just put a little bit of a shimmer there, I think it would have made the look a lot more polished, but I wanted to keep it matte. For some reason, I decided that no, if I was grungy in the 90s, it was going to be a matte eyeshadow. So we're using a matte cream shade to blend that through there. We are going to use one shimmer product, so I wish I put that over the top of my eyelids. We're going to go back in with that same mauvey brownie color, and we are actually putting it right into the lashes, and this is to really define that line and make it nice and sharp and clean and blended, but to kind of make it more defined as well, just so it looks a little bit more seamless. And that's the nude shade again, and we are just blending the underbrow and the crease line there as well. And I'm just cracking up laughing again at myself because of that fallout, but it's very fixable. I wiped it first, and then I'm throwing this color corrector over the top, and that just fixes all the problems. So for the liner, we're actually using this Estee Lauder Double Wear, and this is called Black Diamond, and it's a sharp, I've already sharpened the pencil, so it's nice and sharp, and we're actually going to throw on the wing liner with a pencil. I don't think I'm very good at wing liner. I'm not very good at wing liner, but when I'm using a pencil or a powder, it's actually a lot easier for me. I don't know why that is. maybe it's just because it's so firm it kind of really puts its place in, but yeah, as you can see there's a little bit of gold glitter in this eyeliner as well, which I thought was quite pretty. It doesn't pick up in photos too well, and it kind of looks like you've got white, like a bit of white fallout or something in the line, but in real life it actually looked really pretty. And I'm just going over pretty much anywhere I had the dark and bringing that in a little bit in the waterline. We're going to go ahead with the Essence mascara, and I made a big mistake there, so I'm going in with the nude eyeshadow. So now we're going to go in with this MAC shadow, and I can't remember what it's called, but I think just a shimmery one, any one will do. Popping that in the inner corner just helps to make the eye pop and just kind of exaggerates the eye shape as well. I go ahead with the Never by NYX lip liner, and I sharpen that nice and sharp, so I'm going to throw on some lips. And I didn't realize how high definition this video was. You can see the scar on my lip and all my flaws. Just trying to match my lips up. My top lip's more of my issue, so we're just going to get that out of the way. And then just the bottom lip is a little bit easier. I'm actually going to colour in most of the lip with the pencil before I pop a lipstick over the top as well. This is a lip gloss that I got from eBay. It is the brand Q-Best or Qui-Best. It's the long-lasting lip gloss, and these ones taste like poison plastic. The top of my liner. Now I'm just throwing on some lashes. These lashes I actually got from eBay as well. And I'm just cleaning up any fallout with the powder and a big fluffy brush, and just making sure that my under eyes are really set, because I do have that issue of the mascara kind of smudging around the face because my skin's so oily. Now we're using that pencil just to sharpen up the wings that little bit more. And as you can see from this angle, actually, how putting on the layers of the eyeshadow actually made it look a lot more softer and blended out. And yeah, I was quite happy with how this turned out. And also happy about the brows. Didn't like the brows, but I really liked the eye look. I liked the way it made my eyes look really long and almondy and kind of cartoony. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful and entertaining in some way. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you want to and all that stuff. And see you in the next video.